Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 38th episode of 5 Minutes with NY Ike. I am Isaac Sacolick, or NY Ike on Twitter, and in this episode, I'm going to speak about why digital transformation management is so hard and why I am so passionate about it. I've been wanting to do this episode for a while, so let's get started. When we're thinking about digital transformation management, we're talking about taking things from the old way of doing things to the new way of doing things and repeating that over and over again. And on this slide, I'm focusing on customer experience, right? We used to think in media about going from print to digital, and now today we have lots of devices from wearables, AR, VR, and then soon to come implants. But for many organizations, what we're really talking about is personalization, the ability to personalize how we're talking to prospects, how we're working with customers, how we're handling support issues, and how we're delivering our products, right? So the first dimensions of transformation are around the customer experience. So digital transformation management goes from customer experience to employee experience, because after all, it's the employees that are going to allow us to innovate, they're going to allow us to challenge the status quo and look for new ways of working together. And that's what I'm highlighting here, right? When we talked about agile 10, 15 years ago, we were really talking about agile in the technology group to improve project execution. And we ended up with many siloed projects where business stakeholders were only on the periphery, and we were using product owners to really represent the voice of customer. And today, if we're going to transform the organization, we're really talking about creating multidisciplinary teams with business, with technology, with data, and everybody that's required to help a digital transformation management. Let's go on to the next area of transformation management. So we have customer experience and we have employee experience. The unifying factor around getting people aligned and working together really is around data. It's really around democratizing data and providing citizen data science technologies and enabling the organization to create a new platform using proactive data governance. And that, to me, is one of the key areas to focus on in digital transformation management, because we can show a voice of truth, allow people to ask questions, and then challenge the status quo and rethink what the future is. If you want to learn more about citizen data science and proactive data governance, please visit my previous video at starcio.com/5nyike/episode-30, and I'll tell you all about citizen data science programs and proactive data governance. Now, there's one other area around digital transformation management that I want to highlight today. So going from customer experience to employee experience and data, and now, of course, technology, where there's tremendous digital transformation management going on and continuing to go on. I'm going to highlight today DevOps, something we've started for many companies over a decade ago. How do we align what agile teams are trying to do with innovation and deliver frequently with what operations is chartered to do around reliability, performance, stability, and scalability? It's still got many challenges to it. We're still implementing pipelines and infrastructure as code. We're adding AI ops to the picture to ensure that our systems are monitored well. We're making our applications more observable. But the reality is, we're launching more applications, our data is getting bigger, and our expectations are growing. So this is going to be an area that we continue to work on over the next decade around digital transformation management. I'm going to give you one more on the next slide. So one final area today is around business model changes, and I can do a whole presentation just on this, from how we're making payments, from going from buying to subscribing. But the most interesting area is in the area of marketplaces, where businesses are creating ecosystems of participation and allowing their products to interface with other products, allowing their customers to innovate, and it's creating a whole new wave of innovation. I think we've seen a lot of this over the last decade. I think we'll see a lot more of it, but it's a key area for companies to think about in terms of how they're growing their business. So that's the final area for today on digital transformation management that I'll summarize in the next slide. So why is digital transformation management so hard? Well, it's because we're doing all of these things, if not many of these things at the same time, depending on the size and complexity of your business. And what's worse, even when we figure out and we transform one of these areas, we're going to go ahead and do it again and again and again. And that's the nature of transformation management. One more dimension to this, not only are we transforming, but we're also under huge pressure to do this faster, to do it smarter and safer and more innovative. And that's what makes this so challenging. So on the next slide, I'm going to share 3 tips about how to think about transformation management without losing your mind and taking control of the things that you're trying to drive change with. So here are my 3 tips, and if you've seen me keynote, you've probably seen this slide before. First and foremost, pick your transformation calling, the one big thing where all the customer, employee experiences, data and technology transformations that you're trying to do are going to align to that transformation calling, and you're going to communicate that as a big bet, hopefully with one of Star CIO's vision statements. You're also going to need to reduce the noise in the other areas of your business that are less important. You can't go after 30, 40, 300 different projects at the same time and still say we have a transformation calling. And then finally, when you put this all together, you're going to transform the way you're working. It's why Star CIO has our 5 centers of excellence. You're going to focus on things like agile, low code, becoming data driven, using product management as a discipline, and implementing with low code technologies. Okay, so that's today why digital transformation management is so hard and why I'm so passionate about it. You will continue to be doing this for the next decade again, because what you're doing today and transforming today will be transformed tomorrow. I'm Isaac Sacolick, or NY Ike on Twitter. Thanks for joining this episode of 5 Minutes with NY Ike. I put out about 2 episodes every month, and I hope you will join me for our next episode. The best way to stay in touch with us is subscribe to our channel. Speak to you soon.